is called Stick It Out.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of Stick It Out. I'm your host, Ryder Heiduck. Today we are joined with Ralph, Jared, and Patrick. If this is your first... I'm going to do that again. Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode 3 of season 2 of Stick It Out. I'm Ryder Heiduck. Today I'm joined with Ralph, Jared, and Patrick. If you are unfamiliar or need a refresher, this is the show where we pick 5 Rush songs that we aren't that big on, and we spin a wheel to see which one we get, and we have to listen to that song regularly for 2 weeks and then come back and see if our opinions have changed. We have a pretty interesting lineup of songs, so let's just get right into it with Ralph and his song Nocturne. What did you think about this song after you're listening?
Well, I had to do some research into it, see if I could get into it. And one of the things I found was I recently read Ghost Rider, and he's got a quote in there where he's trying to decide if he should call this new woman he's met, and he writes in his journal, "The words came into my head this morning. The answer is yes." So I said, "Oh, that's interesting. The morning says the answer is yes." I was wondering what that lyric meant, so it makes a lot of sense. And then in the tour book for Vapor Trails, he mentions this article about dreams that he reads. So I read the article, and it was interesting. The author describes he has, prodromal dreams, which helped him find out his cancer diagnosis and wound up saving his life from his dreams. So it's an interesting article. And with that said, there's another quote from an author, John Green, says, "Nothing is boring as other people's dreams." So that's what I felt. Song itself, comes in with a good drum intro beat and a cool riff from Alex, and then he starts in with, "Did I have a dream, or did the dream have me?" And then I am dreaming of another song, because I thought that was a kind of trite. Neil's great at doing twists on the lyrics, but that just kind of didn't sell me. And then he starts on with setting off on a night sea journey. I'm like, is the night sea near the cyber sea? I don't know. Just, I'm still not drawn in. The music itself, pretty good. There's no real bass lines stand out for me, and that's what I usually gravitate towards. But the guitar work that Alex does is very good, especially at the beginning during the verses, and that bridge really, really does rock. However, I don't feel that it moved the meter on me for listening to this song. That's how I feel. It's okay. I'm not going to seek it out. I'm not going to turn it off if it comes on, but I'm not really into it. All right.
Did the dream have me? Yeah. Nocturne is a very interesting song in the concept of Vapor Trails, because it's such a heavy album, especially with tracks like One Little Victory and Ceiling Unlimited, songs that just like really, really punch. I like your comment about how there's no real standout bass line. A lot of this song is chordal bass playing, like in the verses. And Alex is just kind of more accompanying that, but there are moments in the song where it really kicks. This is a kind of, at least for me, a little bit of a hidden gem on Vapor Trails, but I completely agree with you in the fact that it might not be as interesting. I think some of the lyrics are kind of goofy, especially "Did I have the dream, or did the dream have me?" Nocturne.
I like that line. I do. It works on me.
It doesn't make
I
sense.
don't know. It just does. It works on me.
In the
How does
moment,
the dream have you, Patrick?
Yeah, it works. It works.
Yeah, in the moment in the song, I like it because it flows well with the theming. But like when you're looking at it on a piece of paper, it's kind of like it's kind of that like basic like poetic kind of style of writing. Nocturne is a little bit of a goofy cut, but I don't know. Give it another listen. Yeah. Now, my song was The Wreckers. This was an interesting song for me when I was constructing my list. Truth be told, there aren't really a lot of Rush songs that I dislike. And the other four that are on my list are the songs that I didn't listen to a whole ton, or I just wasn't big on. The Wreckers for me was the song that left the least impact for me on Clockwork Angels, and was the one I found myself revisiting the least and just skipping whenever it came on. But as I've been listening to the song more and more, I'm starting to understand more of the complexities of the track. I really like the opening. The opening drum riff is just great. It's just simple, driving. I love the guitar work and the bass work that comes with that. And I love how the songs flow through the verses. Definitely gives you the feeling of like being out at sea, almost like a calm before the storm. And then even later in the song, how the string sections accompany that. I think this is a great use of the string section that was present on Clockwork Angels. A lot of it feels very, very purposeful. But moving into the bridge, the middle section where it all kind of breaks down, I'm reminded of a comment that someone made on I believe it was the Rush Roundtable episode, Songs That Should Have Been Radio Hits. Someone mentioned the Wreckers, and they said, the song would have been great, but then it would have been great as a radio hit, but then it remembers it's a Rush song halfway through. And there's just this big, weird, complicated breakdown. The strings come in, it kind of overpowers the mix. I don't really like how Geddy delivers his lines here. Like he does like kind of the signature, like Geddy, like not really yelling, but he puts that extra stress on the vocals. But I don't really like how it flows. Thankfully, that section doesn't really last that long, and you kind of come out on that double chorus, and it just kind of, the song just keeps building and building, and I think it ends really well. Overall, I would say my opinion of the Wreckers has improved. My criticisms of the middle section being a little kind of strange, some of the delivery and the execution maybe isn't there, but now it's one that I'm just gonna, comes on, whatever, sure. If I want to listen to it, yeah. I have been playing the intro a lot on drums. This is a very fun song to play on drums. Just a simple driving beat, and it picks up a little bit. But I would say overall it has improved on me. I do like the Wreckers, and maybe it didn't necessarily deserve a spot on my list. Very solid track. I also enjoy the live version on the Clockwork Angels tour. I think it was great, and just how the string section accompanied them there. I think that whole Clockwork Angels show was just great with the string section, side tangent aside.
Ryder, I think we should point out, we have like a group chat, right, to try and figure out how to do this show. And weren't you the one who asked if we could choose from feedback?
Yes, I was.
Yeah.
Because when we were initially picking our list, I had such a hard time doing it because I was like, dude, can I just put something like 7 and 7 is, or just something like that, like something I just never listened to. I was really struggling to find something, and I didn't want to do a song like Rivendell or I Think I'm Going Bald, which we will get to later in this episode, because like everybody already hates those songs. I didn't want
We'll see.
I didn't want to do something that was like people were always coming back to as like, oh, this is the worst Rush song ever. Like I wasn't gonna put Tai Shan. I freaking love Tai Shan. I have Hold Your Fire.
I actually like Tai Shan.
Tai Shan is a great song. But yeah, maybe the Wreckers overall didn't deserve a spot on this list. If I could have picked songs from feedback, those would have been on there. But
if you guys don't know, I climbed Tai Shan in China.
Whoa.
Yeah, that's a story for another day, but I've been to the top of the Sacred Mountain.
You listened to the song when you were up there.
I did that, yeah.
Wow.
Awesome.
That's powerful, man. That's wicked.
So I have a real connection to that song. But anyways, I think that I just sort of bring that up because you said you had a tough time. Why did you pick the Wreckers? And that sort of goes back to like us all being like, no, we're not picking from feedback, or else it's going to be a feedback roundtable.
I purposely excluded feedback and actually the debut album.
We're aware, Patrick. Well, I'll tell you my song. I feel like, is there a more fitting title for what we're doing than the song that I was given, Carve Away the Stone? Like, that's kind of what we're doing here, right? Like, we're constantly listening to the same song. It gets to the end, and then we go back to the beginning again. And we just keep chipping away at the stone. And I gotta tell you, I am shocked to say this, but yeah, I like it.
There we
I
go.
can't believe it, but
Yeah.
it hasn't moved like monumentally for me, but I like it. So I think the lyrics are good. I mean, I think it's kind of funny right at the beginning when Neil says like drag that ball and chain behind you. Like, is he making like a reference to the old ball and chain, saying? I don't know. It seems like like yeah, how could he not be? But and I really like the line, you will always find, what is it? Something about the past will always be right behind you. That one, I think. Yeah. Oh, you will still
Yeah.
find the past right
You'll still
behind
find the past right behind
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, that's kind of a cool line. And I find that it's kind of a pop song. When it gets to the like chip away the stone part, it's very poppy. I'm like, oh, this is a pop song. Like,
Yeah.
and
It
it's got,
bounces very different from other Rush songs.
yeah, it's got like some heavy guitar riff, but then it gets to that part and it's just like do 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 do. It's very poppy. And then towards the end, there's a good like driving little bass solo, and then it goes into Alex's solo, and it's a nice little solo. And
Mhm.
I just yeah, I want to kind of seek it out a bit, and it really did. I think this is the song where it really worked on me. That I was like, oh, okay. I don't think it's like a top 100 Rush song by any means, but it's like I like it way more than I did before, and I think that's saying something. So yeah, the stone was carved away to the point where I enjoy it. Yeah.
There you go. But yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of Rush songs like that. Especially songs from Test for Echo. Once again, I will recommend listen to Test for Echo again. I don't care what you thought about it in 1996 or what you thought about it now. Do it again, man. Good
Yeah.
friggin' album.
Well, they can't all be top 5 as
Can't
we
all be
know.
singers.
Yeah, we have to-
Yeah. But so that's how I feel about Carve Away the Stone. I think it's a good little tune, and yeah.
Yeah, excellent. Nice. All right, now closing it out. One of the pinnacles of the worst Rush songs ever. Patrick, what is your opinion about the incredible cut from Caress of Steel? I think I'm going bald.
Oh, well, quick side note, because you guys were just talking Test for Echo, I met a new Rush fan over the weekend, and he said Test for Echo was one of his least favorites. So I was doing the Lord's work for your writer and really pumping Test for Echo on him, because I know you're a Test
There
for
you
Echo
go.
stan.
Mhm.
Told him about the deep dive. So hopefully we got another Test for Echo convert coming
There we
soon
go.
for you. But to the matter at hand, I think I'm going bald. So for the record, I always liked the music part of this song. I'm a big heavy rock, 70s blues kind of guy. So never had an issue with the music. It was always just the lyrics. Gentlemen, I'm not the same man you gathered with virtually 2 weeks ago. After listening to I Think I'm Going Bald 20 times in 2 weeks, I am reborn. The problem with this song was not the song itself, you guys. The problem was me. I have done a lot of soul searching in these 2 weeks. When I swore off this song, I was in my mid-20s, the prime of my youth, and unfortunately, I was already balding, and I was insecure about it. And I genuinely believed at the time that this would hold me back in life, maybe not get married, have kids. Like, it was a big thing for me. And Rush was my favorite band. How could I listen to a song that mocked my deepest insecurity?
Mhm.
Today, I zoom before you as a 35-year-old man. I looked in the mirror today, and yes, my eyes didn't seem so bright. And yes, I've lost a few more hairs. And yes, I know I'm going bald back here, but I don't care. I'm married to a beautiful woman, the love of my life. We have a beautiful son. I'm happy. I have a great life. In conclusion, I'm aging every day, but even when I'm gray, I'll still be gray my way. I love this song.
You're a bald again,
I'm a bald again.
which is a line from Seinfeld, but yeah.
Yes. Great. Yep. Great episode. I think season 6. Yeah. A few specific points. Pros. Love the opening riff. Kicks ass. Sets a great tone. Feels very like early kind of Kiss-ish, like Hotter Than Hell era. Alex does a really cool guitar screech at like the 12-second mark, which I love. And then the last minute of the song is just Alex pretty much soloing, which is also cool. And lyrically, it's just, I took it too seriously. I was insecure. It's just a fun song about how life and our hairlines, they're going to change over the years. So just embrace it and go with it. We're all good. That being said, it's still a goofy song title. And I think they should have named it Slipping Away or Going Gray. I think a song title change completely changes the perception of that song.
Yeah, that's a good point.
That's all I got.
It's very Primus-like in the title.
Yeah.
It's yeah.
And next to friggin' Toys Go Winding Down, Bob's Party Time Lounge. Yeah, man. Listen to Primus, man. Goofy band. See them on tour, man. They're coming around again. Tribute to Kings. It's wicked show. Yeah, Caress of Steel, and I think I'm going bald. It's an interesting kind of situation with those records. Well, with that record and the song. There's a lot of really, really good stuff on Caress of Steel, but I feel like just that song brings it down so much in the eyes. And I feel like a lot of people are probably in your same scenario where they were just like, it's stupid song about getting old and stuff like that. But it's like, it's fun. It's just a goofy song. And there's a lot, I mean, there is sincerity behind it too. I mean, it's just about the passage of time and just how things keep changing. And I think going into it, like from your perspective, I think that can kind of shed a new light on this whole song and just the situation that it has as being classified as one of the worst Rush songs ever.
And the timing too. It's like if that song comes out later when they're actually older and like Alex is balding, I think that completely changes the perception of that song too. But it's like they were so young at that time. Too, when that song came out, because again, I love the rest of Caress of Steel. Fountain of Lament was my second most played song last year, according to my Spotify Wrapped. Wow. So I'm big on the Caress of Steel. It was just that one song.
It's kind of like an answer to Making Memories a little bit, I think, sort of in the message. And you kind of look at some of those songs like Best I Can, and you think they might have belonged on that first album a bit just because of the goofiness. Yeah.
There we go. So those were our 4 songs that we got. Let's see what we have for next week. So let's get started with Ralph's Wheel. Now we're kind of in the end game right now. We only got 2 songs left. So Ralph has a pick between Rivendell or Lakeside Park. Very interesting final 2 songs. One of which is considered another one of the worst Rush songs ever. And the other one is considered this hidden gem of a track. So let's just see how this one plays out. Rivendell, yeah. All right. Let's see what we got.
Come on, pick me.
Okay, Patrick.
Is he gonna screw him over or change his tune? Come on, Patrick.
Giving Ralph Lakeside Park.
All
right, going into it, what do you think about Lakeside Park?
Continuing the Caress of Steel vibes.
Yeah, I'm not the hugest Caress of Steel fan. I know this is probably one of the most popular songs from it. I guess you got Bastille Day and Lakeside Park, but it just never was like a huge this is a great song. It's mediocre to me. Just the songwriting at the time they had. So
I gotta tell you, of all of our lists, when I looked at the lists before we started doing this, that was the only one, Ralph, where I did like a double take, because to me that's a top 50 Rush song.
I think too.
I think that's my favorite song on Caress, and when they brought it back for R40, I was like, oh God, yes! Like I love this song, and I taught myself to play it on guitar, and that made me appreciate it even more. So I'm really thinking you're going to change your tune.
I love the sentiment of it too, just like that innocence of youth and hanging out, gathering with your friends and the fireworks. Like it has a real kind of summer vibe to me too.
Yeah, Lakeside Park's a song I think about all the time, hanging out with friends. So I'm from Cleveland. I live near a city called Lakewood. So it's kind of just like, Lakewood, where I hang out with a bunch of my friends, go into Lakeside Park. And a lot of the lyrics in the song is stuff I've experienced. So there's a bit of a sentimental attachment of it to me, but everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Ralph, I'm very excited to see how your opinion on this song changes. All right. Next up, we have me. So my two songs I have remaining are In the End and Sweet Miracle. Another interesting set of final songs. So let's see how this wheel goes. Okay.
Ready to go?
Sweet. All right. Rockin' Vapor Trails for the second one in a row. Sweet Miracle. Going into this song, I don't know. I like the vocals in the first part of the song. Like, I was standing on a reef when the tide came in, and then I always skip the song right after that. Don't know what it is about it, if it's just the pacing of the song or just whatever. It's probably my least favorite cut from Vapor Trails. But who knows? I'm willing to give it a second chance. I don't know, fingers crossed I find some more cool stuff to like about the song. Let's see what Jared gets. Jared's next two songs are either Freeze or Time and Motion. Very, very interesting pairing right here. Let's see how this one goes.
Oh,
Patrick
again.
again.
This guy.
Wow.
Oh, lucky.
I mean, to be fair, it's really just about order. You're going to get all these songs eventually.
Mhm.
No, that's why. But I haven't got to pick anyone else's song yet, so that's why.
Yeah.
You've chosen a lot of songs,
I
Pat.
feel like I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's keep the Vapor Trails going, and it's time for you to freeze.
Freeze.
Okay.
Let's go, Jared.
This one clocks in at like 6+ minutes, I believe.
I think it's like 6:18.
Yeah. I've never really wanted to listen to it. It has a lot of parts to it, so I think it has a chance to grow on me. But yeah, sometimes I freeze.
Sometimes I freeze. Sometimes I freeze.
Sometimes I freeze.
I never want to go beyond that. I'm just like, all right, Ged, buy a coat. I'm sorry that you're cold. Okay. But,
Yeah.
I know it's more literal than that, but so yeah, it has a chance. I have not listened to it as much as I should have, probably. So okay, thanks, Patrick.
Would it help if you listen to it along with the other songs from because it's considered part 4 of the Fear trilogy? Maybe you listen to all 4 together. Maybe that helps.
No, it'll just ruin the other 3, I think.
Tried.
A trilogy should stay a trilogy,
Part
unless
4
it's
of
the Gangster of
Boats.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was listening
So-
to Nocturne. I would play the album and just let it play, and Freeze really grew on me while I was trying to listen to Nocturne.
Sometimes I freeze.
Oh yeah. Freeze is I really enjoy Freeze. I think, this is my opinion, I think they should have played Freeze live on the Vapor Trails tour.
No.
Bring back the other songs from Fear and then drop that. Think about it as you're listening to the song. I think it could have worked really well. The drum intro and the bass.
That's a bathroom song. That's what we call it. But okay,
Yes.
I'll go in with an open mind.
Give it a shot, man. It's a good cut.
Unfreeze your heart and give it a try.
All right, closing out episode 3, we have Patrick. His last 2 songs are Countdown and The Speed of Love. Let's see how this one goes.
Me again, come on.
Oh,
I guess I did get to give Patrick that I think I'm going balls, but that was kind of
granted, there were some
Heavily in my favor,
external
yeah.
forces at play.
yeah.
However,
So-
Pat, what are you thinking about Countdown going into it?
I think Countdown has a lot of potential to really climb high for me. I think the thing that took me out of the song, I mentioned the prelude, was kind of the intercut of the NASA control voice guy. So I was never really crazy about that, but I have a sneaking suspicion that this one will grow on me a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's a really good cut. I won't spend a ton of time, partially because I spent a whole lot of research and time in the Rush Roundtable episode where we talked about Countdown, which if you haven't watched that, go watch it. Really good episode. I think Countdown is another song that doesn't deserve the rep that it gets. It's an interesting closer on Signals, but I think there's a lot there musically and just in the song altogether. I think it's a pretty interesting experience.
Yeah, it has one banger of a keyboard solo. I mean, I just groove to that. And then I think that on Steve and Jerry's pod, they mentioned how you can listen to it on YouTube without the NASA stuff. And I think
maybe I'll check that out.
Said that really changed their opinion. So I would try it with both.
Yeah.
But that keyboard solo, I love it. Yeah.
So
and I think part of it too is I think I actually would have preferred if Countdown was before Losing It, because Losing It just puts me in such a like kind of reflective, contemplative, like kind of sad place that it's kind of jarring to then go into Countdown. Like I wish Losing It actually would have ended that album.
Interesting.
So I think maybe that's part of it. I don't like going from Losing It into Countdown.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I have the single.
Flexing on us.
Single.
He's been bringing that to every episode so far.
Waiting.
Finally.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, I'm disappointed. I'm not back at my dorm right now. I got that giant Signals poster on the wall. That would have been great. Yeah, but I'll be back in next episode. So thank you so much for joining us for episode 3. We really hope that you're playing along. I keep seeing all your participation in the comments. Really, really great. If you got your own list or you're following one of ours, keep us updated on how you're doing with your Stick It Out. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you know when this next episode comes out, and also when you know about episodes of Rush Roundtable, Rush Deep Dive, and the other shows we have on here. Also, don't forget to like and comment. Once again, keep us updated on how you're doing. We'll see you guys in episode 4. Later.
Sometimes I freeze.